Today is February 19th, 2026. Ugh. Well, it's got a little better today. I uploaded the laws again because people are slow in this area. And then where these people are trying to get Altman Hospital shut down. It's not of my doing, but it's theirs. Okay? Where they're trying to say they're releasing unauthorized patient information to the drug cartel. Headache right there. Right there. Right across. And where I was a victim of medical fraud years ago. I told you I had all those surgeries, my muscles clenched. Went to a bunch of crackpots. Falsely diagnosed me. Gave me the wrong meds. I swelled up great big. I had heart attack, seizures, thyroid, adrenal gland shut down. And my community health documented it's fraud. That those doctors were known for lying, falsely diagnosing people, ripping them off, getting kickbacks from drug companies, making people so sick that they want to do unnecessary procedures, sharing them with their associates and friends doing the same thing. And it's documented fraud. Okay? And revisited for years as fraud, and they told the police and the FBI that it was all fraud, all but my muscles locked up from the surgeries. They encouraged Dave and I to sue them for years. Okay? Well, it's only been, a couple years since the FBI shut a couple Cleveland hospitals down for the same thing. Raided them, took their files, shut the places down. And so I went on Google, and let's see. Like $10 million in fines, $7 million in fines. Shut the whole places down. About 6 hospitals? Okay. See, they're trying to get them shut down by saying that if we would have sued them, I would have been a multi-millionaire. They almost killed me. And it took me 9 months to get one. And Strange pushed Danny to suicide, my son. And whole focus was getting him well for 2 years. He was bulimic, he had counseling, he was on medication. And keeping him alive and getting him well, after that minister pushed him that far, was the most important thing. Not vengeance. So they need to thank God I didn't report them, because they could have went to jail for attempted murder. So these people trying to say any of them were actually messed up in what happened before, that's a premeditated attempted murder. And then they're releasing patients' information to the drug cartel, all this other stuff. They would get them shut down. And this is one of the things they do. Okay? And it's not of my doing, but of theirs. I let it go years ago. Everything's, besides my muscles being locked up, is fraud. Okay? Medical malpractice, medication errors. Okay? They told the police and the FBI the first month of the case. Okay? But these people run around saying that they're turning over patients' medical records to the drug cartel. That's not funny. None of it is. And they'll get them shut down. You want their attention? You'll get it. See, these people are dumb. They make your head hurt, like right through here. Instant. Some girls were laughing because I was talking to Carl. I said, they give me a headache. These people are so dumb. They make my head just pound. I mean, think about this. I called the FBI hotline. Okay? For help. These morons, these retards, Walk into an FBI office. Hi, we got stalking tapes. We've been stalking this victim. Now the ones that are saying, hey, we're trying to kill her. And then we got morons saying, we have photoshopped washing in the shower in another room, and we got fake sodium pentothal reports, hypnotic drugs, and we've been telling her to say stuff. So drugged up, she don't know what we're doing. Having her beat and raped. We got a fake dirty doctor committing HIPAA violations. I bet his jaw almost hit the ground. Some girls were laughing in the mall. We heard what she said to her husband. Do you realize how stupid those people look walking in that office? Next, she said it gives her a headache right here. I bet it does. Oh, but they run around. We're going to get him. We'll have a rest. We'll do this. We'll do that. You ain't gonna do shit. You know, wah, 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 wah. See, that's where a lady said, what was it? January 25th or 26th in Fairlawn? These church people need to realize how stupid they look and how dumb they look. They said they had somebody drug her and tell her to say something. And then, we're going to have somebody verify they were with the druggers. And there was no crime committed. Except for them drugging this person up. And somebody saying they were with the druggers. Yeah. I don't think my ex-husband's drug addict girlfriend, Michelle, and being Henry Moffi's daughter, because some guy, Pete, Dave hired her on his own, and that old man saying he was drugging me up with sodium pentothal work for Dave. And he's the second guy he hired. Him and his drug friends running a con on his new baby girl's boyfriend's wife and keeping her drug beaten right. Run a con on her, scaring to call the FBI so he can steal from the government because he owes them money. That is what's going on. See, during the case, they kept saying this poor family, they're stealing all this for this poor family. I told you after September 30th, 25, 1 o'clock in the morning, there's a biker outside. My car is bugged by the FBI. A biker shows up. They showed up and told all of us no one's allowed to say a word to her again. This whole thing is your family's dad to drug dealers. Is that what's going on? Yes. Does she know who you are? No. If I knock on that door, she answers it, will she know who you are? No, and I don't want her to know who I am. She don't even know you. You had her skull bashed in. You had her raped and tortured because your family was in debt to drug dealers? Yes, I'm sorry. I listened to her friend Matt and her talk January 13th, 23, that even the Ohio drug dealers were threatening that agent's life because they thought he let all those people be human trafficked, and it was your family? Yes. Your family human trafficked people because you were in debt to those drug dealers? Yes, I'm sorry. She's not sorry. Little kids are dead. She admitted to human trafficking to pay him back. You're the one, your family's the one that incited her new husband's family to turn on him and threaten him and everything else? Yes, but I really wanted that farm. I liked it. Okay. That was the short blonde, had been the short blonde hair girl, Michelle. Within the next 2 weeks, I'm down in New Philly. I'm in KFC. This lady and guy is talking with this other guy and said, my God, that Michelle admitted this whole thing. We are, how do you put it? We already all knew this was that poor family's debt to those drug dealers, and we were all willing to help out because they needed that money to pay back those drug dealers. And this whole thing was a scam. We all knew that. And my God, that Michelle admitted that their family even human trafficked people and sold people. No one's to say a word to her to pay back those drug dealers. Okay, they had baby girl's confession. January 1926. I'm joking around with Carl, my new husband, in the car. We've been through a lot. And I said, with being an FBI informant, I'm in government immunity, and they need to learn and embrace it. They can never touch me. They can kiss my government immunity, government protected informant ass. They can kiss the FBI's ass, Agent John's ass, the judge that signed the protected custody case's ass, and the United States Constitution's ass. And I said, they will embrace, they can never touch me. Okay? And I said, Josh, my one son, used to dance around at MC Hammer's. You can't touch this. I turn it on. I'm like joking around in the car. And I didn't know Henry Moffitt was listening. It pissed the hell out of him so bad. He came in Bob Evans and confessed. And Farrell. He's sitting there. He said, I'm the one that got a hold of her online. I thought that was you. First month of the case, some guy instant messaged me, I think you're beautiful. It's like, thanks. He said something about love on the beach. It's like, you're weird. I don't know you from Adam. What's not funny is people talked about him around me after that, and then he drove by with a guard towel. It's like, stalker. Okay? And here, it's my husband's girlfriend's dad, of all things, running a con on the wife. Okay? He said, I'm the one that got a hold of her online. I proved to her ex-husband she was cheating. That's not me cheating, that's you being a weirdo. Okay? He said, and I tell all men that she's not good enough for another man. I thought that shit's coming from you. Fuck you. And he's like, the officers that work her case, I mean, he just admitted he knows there's cops in there, dumbass. They only keep an eye on her because she acts like a big kid dancing around in that car with her husband. He said, because they feel sorry for her. They like me, and there's a court order. So. He's like, I'm glad I never met her in person. I thought, me and you both, buddy, you wouldn't have got a pity date. He's like, I'm the one that told her new husband's family that I'd steal everything for him. So where you put Michelle, that's her dad. And I found out her new husband's son was down there vandalizing stuff on that farm. I told him to stay out while I steal everything for them. He's not going to steal anything. He's playing them. He's a drug dealer. Okay? And then he said, well, the FBI's busy with Minnesota. I got a judge, his friend's going to enter everything in court. So you're the retired Judge P, friends with Ludick. You're the one framing Ludick. My God. He said, enter the tape of Weird With Yourself, the shower scene in the other room. And the drug confessions, and I'm going to have them enter everything in court. I'll steal everything from the case, and the FBI won't know what happened until it's too late, and I'll pull a fast one on him. I thought, psycho. Carl comes out of the bathroom. The guy says a few other things, and he sits down. He's seen him, but he missed the whole drama thing. The cops didn't. I thought, how am I going to tell Carl? The guy behind us just walked out. I had an appointment, went to the appointment. Carl's a real bad diabetic. He forgot his meter, so we had to go buy a finger stick sugar meter for him to check his sugar, see how much insulin he had to give himself. And I said, Carl, you seen this guy but a lot thinner? Yeah, I seen him. I said, hot damn, he showed. My God, and he can pass. I said, he's ugly as a horse's ass, and he's got the small dick syndrome. Where Danny said that about Rick, he's a big man with a small dick. He thinks he has to threaten and harm people to prove his manhood. Real men don't harm people, and they don't threaten them. Okay. Well, I go in the mall. Cartel girls are double over laughing. Did you hear what she said about the guy that's doing it to her? Well, there's a pretty Michelle with long blonde hair. She's the one been telling on him. Okay? And said Michelle's not, said not to say a word. She's going to tell on all of them. And they're laughing. Okay? See, then these people, because there is an FBI case, and the drug cartel is setting my ex-daughter-in-law, Melissa, to go up to jail, where that lady said that she's setting Dixie and Melissa to go to jail for this. May 30th, 25, 1 o'clock in the morning to the Louisville place. She's part of the extortion group. The two guys, 30s, muscular built, white, brown hair, brown beard, were talking real loud in front of the cops and feds that Melissa was willing to help them get away with this. She was going to have the kids lie for them. You're kidding. No, I told her to say pew, 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 pew. And they're laughing. Well, cops and feds start following Melissa. They caught her telling the kids to lie. And then on Thanksgiving of 18, that they wanted the house for Auntie Jean Papa. And then later on the floor, they made everything up. They were games of pretend that they were laughing sick shit. They're documented me games of pretend. They call her out in Walmart several times. Like Officer Mark said, Melissa could go to jail for this. It's obstructing justice in an FBI case. He said, I'd hate to arrest her. Kids are little. Why don't you just write it up? Her and the kids were showing off for Dave and the girlfriend. And they're documenting me in jobs. They're just showing off. So this lady's going around telling everybody how she's going to steal from Melissa. She's never going to see a dime. Because who are they stealing for? Henry Moffey, his daughter Michelle, the short blonde hair girl, at Faith Family Church with the Florida Drug Cartel, to pay off their debt to drug dealers. That's the only person they're stealing for, is to pay off that drug debt. They have said it all through the case. They're stealing for this poor family to pay off their drug debt to those drug dealers. What's that? They're the poor family. Where the guy said it down in New Philadelphia. It's that. This whole scam was where they said November 23rd, 25. Her ex-husband was connected to him. They needed someone to run a scam on to extort money from the government. He agreed to let him do it to me if they made sure he got everything during the divorce. December 1st, 25. The pretty Michelle with the long hair had found out, and she went and told the investigators. Michelle showed up at my office, and we were in Walmart 62, taping this investigator. That these people confessed this whole thing was a scam to extort money from the government. Her ex-husband was involved. And the doctor from before was not one of hers, worse for them, and they had lied. And she doesn't even know who he is. That guy Pete running his mouth in my office, she don't even know who he is. It's just some guy Dave hired on his own. And they admitted to using hypnotic drugs on her when they drugged her and told her to say it before, and they photoshopped washing in the shower in the other room to make her look weird with herself. And this whole thing is nothing but a scam to extort money from the government. Now, Agent John, now that the case is out there, it's all solved. It's Henry Moffey, his daughter Michelle. They said the other day that older guy showed up the first month of the case. For every idle word you telling us, I'll turn on you. You know that bruise on your leg, I used sodium pentothal. You stabbed me in my sleep. You told me you were wearing this one nightgown, bent over, and probably accidentally see your butt. Life of pain. That'd be a moment of embarrassment. He admitted he worked for Dave. And he was drugging me up and telling me to say lies. They said that he's the second guy you hired, the drugger and liar and bug guy. I went home to a legally bugged house. They verified I was dressed modestly. They only made fun of the back of my knees. And I didn't even own that nightgown a year before. About a year before. And I didn't own it years ago. He made the whole thing up. They were, at the beginning of the case, they were laughing where he had bruises before throwing up, and in fact, it wasn't the wild water, it was us. We were drug beat and raping. We had drugged you and told you to say this. We had drugged you and told you to say that. We photoshopped all our lies, raced people out of the room. This whole thing was a scam. They announced it in 18 and 19. And they announced in 18 they were using the doctor from the Florida drug cartel. And by 19, he had never even met me in person. The case is solved. It's Henry Moffey and his daughter Michelle and the people helping them trying to rip off the government to pay off their debt to drug dealers. You usually don't help drug dealers pay off their drug debts, right? I like my money. I was found innocent of everything in 18. Ask Officer Mark or Officer John. Carrying around the house. FBI informant. It's documented, verified she was framed before, and it was a drug cartel in her home before August of 23. Officer Markey. I'm going to go ahead and upload this.